Hello Aquarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aquarius is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading for August 2024, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aquarius, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And right off the bat, we get the star card. This is your power card, and we're going to ring the bell for the power card. This is the card that rules the sign of Aquarius. And this is a very good place to start. This is telling me that your destiny is truly at hand. Okay? I feel like you're somebody who really knows who they are. You know why you're here. Okay? So there's really not much else I need to tell you, I don't think. But we'll look at some more energies, and we'll see what else is going on in your life right now and what the kind of what the projections are. Okay? But I feel like you're somebody who has a strong connection with the divine energy. I feel like you really are able to kind of channel the divine light. I feel like maybe you even do a lot of divination on your own, a lot of tarot, tea leaf reading. You do maybe Jing or geomancy or things like this. I feel like you have a very clear channel. You know what I mean? I feel like you've worked out a lot of your karmic knots already. Yeah. And I think that you are clearly seeing the path before you. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if in the last week or so you had sort of a spiritual revelation or a moment of very deep insight into your life. Okay? I feel a really strong connection with that for you. I'm also getting something, there's a heart thing going on, right? I don't know if it's you or a family member. Something's going on with the heart, yeah. I don't know if it was some recent testing or if it's, if you've been diagnosed with something or a family member's been diagnosed with something. Now, I'm not a doctor, this isn't a medical reading, but I feel that there's something there, you already know about it. Okay, I'm not predicting anything. It's something that you're already aware of, yeah. But let's see what's going on with this star. It could be that maybe we're having a bit of a difficulty here sticking to our path, you know, because I feel like there's a lot of other things going on in life. All right, so let's take a look at what else we have. Oh, we've got the Fool now. Yeah, the Fool, I think, is this desire to transcend, this desire to perhaps kind of let everything go. You know, it's very difficult. Once you know who you are and where you're going, it almost seems as if life should then be easy, right? But it's not. It's almost the most difficult thing that you've ever done in life is to be true to who you are and live the path that you know you're meant to, you know, to travel. The Fool kind of wants to go back to a state of not knowing, right? Doesn't want to have that awareness. I feel like you know things in life. Maybe psychically, maybe through dreams or revelations. You know things that you sometimes wish you didn't know, right? That you have that kind of psychic insight that seems like a blessing most of the time, but then sometimes it's just like, I wish I didn't know these things, right? So the Fool, anyway, I think is kind of an indication that there is an opportunity for you maybe to take a different path. Yeah. This is sometimes, maybe we'll do an I Ching hexagram to go with this. Sometimes it's difficult for us to determine whether or not we're being foolish or being very wise, right? These two cards are vastly different. This is about the insight. This is about the kind of the spiritual knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, the gnosis, right? And the Fool is kind of the opposite of that. The Fool is someone who does not know. The Fool is someone who does not have a path, does not have an awareness of self, because they're kind of not a self, right? They're just kind of, they're pure spirit. So these cards are similar, but vastly different. And let's take a look at an I Ching hexagram to see what the question might be here, because this right now is rather ambiguous what that Fool is doing here. It could really be something very simple as your work for this month is to try to relax and have some fun, right? Try to not know everything. It's almost as if it's hard for you not to go into every situation or every encounter, every interaction with a person and automatically know what's going to happen. So how do we turn that off so things can actually be surprising to us, you know? I think that's kind of the thing here. We've got to try to turn off this very powerful insight that you have, this very powerful psychic perception, so that things can feel new and fun again, and not you just able to, well, I don't want to watch a movie because I can already see how it's going to end, you know? It takes away some of the, well, the spontaneity of life, right? Let's see what our hexagram is for this Fool here. 20, seeing. Of course it is. Of course it's seeing, because that's what we're talking about, that spiritual sight, you know, the spiritual vision, and how maybe we wish we could kind of turn it off so that we could, you know, experience the novelty that life has to offer. But this says, washing the hands and not making the offering. There is truth and confidence like a presence. To see is to witness everything that comes into view with an open awareness. In the ritual, the everyday world is washed off, and then there's a pause for whatever comes like a presence into the space. Don't fall automatically into the next step of the process of life. See what is present before you respond. When you stop searching what comes into view, if you had no preconceptions, which is the Fool, what might you see? So it's maybe difficult for you to see much beyond kind of what this narrow path of destiny seems to be revealing to you. You know, it might be, the star might really be those preconceptions, that you're wrapped up in this particular way of being and this certain, a certain apprehension of who you are and why you're here, right? That we're kind of, maybe we got the blinders on a little bit. Maybe the Fool is saying that we really need to open up and start exploring new possibilities. Let's do some different things. Let's have some fun. Let's play a little bit, right? Let's see what's underneath the surface. The Two of Cups. Maybe the Fool's going to be stumbling into a new situation of union, of love, of togetherness. The Two of Cups is the card of love. It's down beneath the surface. I think you're somebody who really does want to connect with people in a way that feels natural and organic and spontaneous, that leads to magic and wonder, that transcends the expectations, the predictability that you have in life. Your ability to kind of see, well, I'm not going to go get involved with that person because I already know how it's going to turn out. Okay? I mean, the Star is a very good card, but there's shadow in every card, right? And if you have this enlightened soul, this psychic perception, this really expanded awareness, and we can see everything that really is taking place, and we can see how all of the energy develops in our lives, then it takes away some of that magic, some of that spontaneity. And this is the desire to kind of fall in love, to be caught off guard by something that really grips us, you know? And I think that this might be, you know, we've got that Chariot card. This might be something that we're truly after. Okay. Now this is some Cancer energy. This of the Two of Cups is, of course, Venus in Cancer. So we're looking for that. We're looking for that inspiration, sort of, you know, and that's sort of what the Fool is doing too. The Fool doesn't have a path. The Fool is just stumbling, so to speak, really guided by spirit, but seemingly stumbling from one thing to the other. The Chariot, of course, is a very rigid, stay-in-your-lane kind of card, right? And every card has light and shadow. This is a lot of devotion. This is a lot of commitment. It says that you you are, strongly attached to your sense of destiny, and you are, following through with it. But this can be very narrow. It can be very limiting. It can be like we have the blinders on. If you're in full armor and you've got that helmet on, you can't see much, right? So you're kind of just staying in your lane because that's what, that's what feels like the right thing. So I feel like sort of we have this clearly defined image of ourselves and of our path, and it's somehow limiting us. Okay, let's see what's above the surface here. 10 of Wands. I think there is this realization that perhaps our path has become too narrow. We look at the 10 of Wands, we see Saturn in Sagittarius. And to me, it's that Saturn energy of contraction. And we have the arrow of Sagittarius. It's kind of like the way we're looking at life is, I'm very specifically defined. My path is very narrow, and I've got to thread my life through the eye of that needle, right? And it's very delicate, very careful, very precarious. It's very limiting. There's all this world outside, but we're trying to go through just that eye of that needle, right? So the Fool is asking us then, talking about the mission of this month, the work that's here for you is to try to expand the possibilities for you. Try to see beyond what we look at as the boundaries of ourselves, the definitions of ourselves and of what our path is. Maybe just a little bit of fun, a little bit of experimentation. Let's see what's in the future position. A little bit of passion and spontaneity. See, now we've got, of course, the Leo energy. This is the lust or strength card. This is pure passion, right? This is the love. And it's kind of a love for, it's a love for the world. It's a love for everything, right? The Two of Cups is usually talking about a one-on-one kind of love, but this is so close to the Ace, so close to Source, that it really is a love between you and the entire universe, okay? And this, I think, is, this is a card about love, too. Right? This is a card that is really about the courage of love. It's sort of the idea of embracing everything that may come in life. That we're willingly encountering the unknown and sort of allowing ourselves to become involved with new things. The heart, there's still that heart issue that I'm feeling. Now it's kind of coming back to me again with the Strength card. And this is a card that's all about the heart, This is the courage to love those things that we maybe thought were not meant for us, that we thought were outside of our clearly defined sense of self. Okay, it's the courage to really to love all of life in all of its variability. Okay, I think this is the passion, this is the spontaneity, right? And if this is kind of a love affair between you and the entire universe, right, then this card is really about the courage and passion that it takes to go beyond ourselves. Yeah. The Star card is a very good card. It is your power card. It is your superpower. You know yourself. You know why you're here. You know where you're going. You know what your destiny is. But we can always get into the kind of narrow lane of life. Even in the context of this destiny. The Fool and the Strength card, this is much more spontaneity. This is much more kind of not knowing what the next moment is going to present to us, but going boldly forward anyway. You know, it's embracing the unknown. It's embracing the uncertainty rather than needing, needing to clearly see the path before us. It's kind of like we're intentionally taking a detour just for the heck of it, just to see what is out there, just to have an experience of novelty, of spontaneity. Yeah, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together, and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything, and it really does support the channel, and I really do appreciate that. So let's take a look at the general energy now in the path of the serpent. We've got the Princess of Cups. Now, the Princess of Cups is not so different from the Star card. I mean, it is in a way similar, because the Princess of Cups is kind of being aware of what those deep desires and aspirations are. Okay, and as far as the Star card, it's kind of those deeper aspirations too, but this feels like it is more coming from elsewhere, whereas this is coming from within you. Okay, so it could be that you're on this very almost strict path of your destiny, and it's missing something. It's missing that human component. It's missing just that, almost that sentimentality. It's almost missing the emotion of it. It's missing the human, the poetic quality, the imagination even. Maybe it's missing this passion, right? So this is the Queen of Cups the Princess of Cups is really about discovering what some of these unfulfilled desires are that you have. What are these dreams? What is it that you've what's been on your mind? What have your dreams been telling you lately? Because I feel like these are the things that need to sort of be explored for you. And it doesn't mean that you're getting off the path of your destiny. It doesn't take away anything from that Star card. In fact, this is just adding to it, right? Because when we think of destiny, when we think of something that is meant for us or the path that we're meant to walk, it doesn't mean that it needs to be very limited to just a specific path or lane or details of life. So we enrich our lives by bringing in so much more that we enjoy, that give us this sense of connection. We've got a lot of major arcana cards right here in the horizontal path. Okay. And the horizontal path is that spiritual path, and it's asking us to embrace more than what we are currently allowing ourselves to interact with. More water energy. Now we have a Knight of Cups. I feel like this might even be the kind of surprise, spontaneous romance for some of you. And I know we don't do romance readings very often, but it's kind of hard to get away from them when they seem fairly obvious here. The Knight of Cups is all about the way in which we give and receive love. Okay. And of course, we have the Two of Cups, which is like kind of that underlying desire for that kind of that love affair with the universe. And of course, we have the passion and the lust here with the courage and the spontaneity. We have the Fool too, with the kind of losing ourselves, forgetting ourselves, right? Not limiting ourselves. And also the Fool with the idea of kind of falling into something, right? I get the impression of, head over heels kind of thing. But I think that if this is not romantic love, this is about love for you. Okay? And this might be really the month for you to figure out in your life, on this very certain path of your destiny, do you got enough love? Are you giving and receiving love here? Or has it been a little bit too closed or rigid or narrow? Okay? Let's look at the obstacle here. The obstacle is a very practical mindset. When we say the star knows who they are, knows where they're going, this means that you can see the path before you. The Knight of Pentacles is the one that can see the path before them. This is the one, the energy that has the vision of the future. So you know your destiny. You know where you're supposed to end up, right? Who you are, where you are, what you're doing. You know that outcome, I think. This is the card then that tries to plot the course. See, we're looking into the future at the distant goal, but we're still not sure exactly what the road looks like. That's what this card really is saying, that we may know the end result. We've got to figure out how to get there. Well, maybe getting there is going to be a little bit more adventurous than we thought, right? The Fool card in the middle here is kind of saying, we may have the whole thing of life figured out, but maybe we need to just start a new adventure. Maybe we just need to go on some exciting quest. It's not taking you off of your path. It's not telling you that you're wrong about your destiny. It's not you denying your destiny. It's about you having a little bit more fun or a little bit more love as you get to that sort of destination, right? As your destiny unfolds, we're just maybe incorporating a little bit more. See what's coming next. Four of Swords. Four of Swords is sort of a closed mental apparatus, right? It's a little bit of a rigid structure of our thoughts, okay? And so again, it's kind of reinforcing this idea that there's just been a narrow channel of energy for you. We've got to open up our mind to other possibilities. Open up our mind to different routes to unfold the destiny, to get to our goals and to live out our destiny and to become who we're meant to become. We can take our time getting there sometimes. We don't have to be in a rush. The Ten of Wands too, saying maybe we've been rushing a little bit. Maybe we've been trying to go just a straight line, right? A beeline, fastest way to get there. Maybe the Fool is saying, let's just dance a little bit, Let's go in circles a little bit. Let's explore the countryside. You're doing a road trip across the country, and you just want to get there as quickly as you can. You're just driving straight. You're going to miss a lot of stuff along the way. There's a lot of these little detours and things that you could see, roadside attractions, and a lot of experience that you would be missing out on if we just have our blinders on and we're going straight ahead as fast as we can. Okay? We need to sort of live a little bit, and we need to embrace the spontaneity and embrace the novelty. Well, that's hard for you because it's kind of like, how do I force spontaneity? How do I kind of plan for novelty? It's a contradiction in terms, right? It's an oxymoron. So it's almost that we just open ourselves up to the spontaneity, and when something appears, we allow it to affect us. We allow it to bring us together with it, right? But that's difficult for you because you have this ability to predict things and to know how energy is developing. So how do we turn that off in order to allow the spontaneous to happen, and then of course allow ourselves to react in a very natural and effortless and spontaneous way with those kind of external factors, right? Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe this will give us a clue. Maybe it'll be another Fool card. Maybe it'll be another star card. Maybe it'll be the moon even. Right? Maybe it'll be the moon card. Because then we would have what I like to call the closing of the psychic aperture. Kind of turning off the psychic sense. Turning off the mind that knows everything. You know, turning off the enlightenment just to be a fool again for a little while, you know. So let's see what we have. We've got a Six of Wands. Okay, the Six of Wands is at least allowing you to gain insight into who you are, but in a more, I think, in a more personal way, right? This is a card of victory. This is the card, really, that's kind of showing that you are living your destiny, you are getting to your goals, you are fulfilling your fate, and all this kind of stuff. But we see in this card that it's not a lonesome victory. There are many people around that are kind of celebrating this with you. It's almost as if, yes, you're on your way to your destiny, but you're not doing it alone. You've got a lot of people with you. There's a lot of relations, a lot of experiences that are coming with you, right? So it could be that the real victory here is for you to have to be in less of a hurry, right? And to enjoy the journey that you're on. Because I think that's something we very often forget about, is enjoying that journey. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Aquarius every Thursday and Sunday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free, does not cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.